What's in your PC? What would you say is in your PC that you think is a great win? And what's in your PC that, or something that you remember in the past that you thought was an opportunity, or could have even been a loss that you learned
Wow, a lot of memories there.
from?
We have to go way back. So I've always been a collector of Michael Jordan. I've actually sold my collection 3 times,
Okay.
and every time I do it, I end up buying it a few years later for more than what I sold it for
Okay.
because his cars never really would go down.
They don't.
um, but nowadays I'm very picky with Jordans. I usually just go for the autos. A lot of the cards that I like that I have not recovered, the prices are just too much,
Hmm.
And going to your second question, one of those cards was the Platinum Portraits Michael Jordan. I used to have a PSA 9, and actually, I didn't sell it too long ago. I sold it right at the start of the boom.
Okay.
So it's sold for 4,400 PSA 9. And the last time I saw the card, it was like 12, 13,000. And I know at 13,000, if I sold it for less than five, I don't feel comfortable paying 13 grand
Oh, I
for the same
understand.
card.
Hmm.
So that's probably my biggest regret as of recent. But if you go back, let's go back 2013. I really liked the Prism set at that time,
Hmm.
but at that time nobody knew about Giannis that much.
That's right.
So around a couple of years after, I came across Red Prism, and a lot of people don't know Red Prism at that time came from Target. Blue came from Walmart, and red from Target, and it was exclusive. So I graded mine, got a PSA 10. The last time I saw the card was like 18 grand on
Yes.
auction.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
sold it for 150 bucks.
Hmm.
But that I don't regret because I'm not a fan of Giannis, but I like the design of that set.
Hmm. It's a
Um,
very good looking set. Yeah.
One thing that I wish I would have kept was the Michael Jordan BGS 95. I had a rookie 86 Fleer, uh, 95. I remember the date. I posted it on Facebook May 16, 2016
Okay.
for sale. And at that time, comps was like $10,000 on eBay. So I had two buyers. One was from the Philippines and one was from Florida. So the guy from the Philippines offered the full amount, provided that I fly the card to him.
Okay.
And it would cost like 1,500 to fly back and forth. I get a free vacation at the same time, you
Hmm.
know, and it's like selling it on eBay. 15% will be your fees.
Yes.
So that made sense in a way. And at that time, my wife was also back home, uh, coincidentally, to visit.
Yeah.
So I thought about, selling it to the Philippines. But I had the buyer also from Florida. He goes, Jay, I'll fly you in, meet you at LAX, and I'll give you 8,500. So I took the easy way out and took the 8,500.
Understood.
And I think that card peaked for what, 80,000, 90,000,
Yeah.
and now it's like 44.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Jordan will always be Jordan. But the thing is, I never really cared about keeping an 86 Flair because everybody has a card.
This is what I tell people. I got into a conversation with someone at the Mint.
Hmm.
I said the same thing.
When you're collecting that long, a lot of this copies probably gone through your hands and my hands, and it looks like, at the end of the day, it's a base card.
Hmm.
It's not even from his rookie year.
Yep.
So, and they made design, they made a refractor version, they made reprints, and they made decade of excellence and stuff like that.
Yep.
So you kind of see the card again and again and again. It gets tired, you know. Now,
Jay, it's interesting to hear you say that because sometimes I'll think some things and I think, man, I'm by myself on that. No one else is probably really thinking that. And I talked to Sin City at a gentleman I was walking around with that lives in Vegas at the Mint, and we were talking about this, and he said, "You have a point, FD, but it's still a well sought after card. I can't. It is,
but
but when I look at a card, it's there's something about a particular card that gets me excited. The 86 Flair is a great design, historic, but I don't get that excited about it.
well, this is the bottomless pit most collectors go through.
That's right.
You have a dream card,
Hmm.
You do whatever it takes to get it. But once you get it, you want something better.
That's right.
That gets the cycle going. So everybody asks me, it's my first time buying my first MJ Auto. What should I buy? Is buying a high school UNC Jordan Auto good enough? And I
Mhm.
tell them, once you buy the UNC one, once you have it, you're going to go, oh, I want a Wizards one.
That's right.
Once you get the Wizards one, I want a Bulls one. Then once you get the Bulls, oh, you know what? Mine is a sticker. I want an on-card one. Once you get the on-card, I want a numbered one. Now I want a BGS 95 or a PSA 10. So
Hmm.
the cycle never ends. Now I want something with a patch and stuff like that. So you have to be, it's good that you can get to where you want to in terms of chasing after a card. But I don't think any collector would really be content on what they would have. Because
I
once
agree.
they have it, they want to move to the next one.
I agree with that totally. It was the same way for me, even meeting an athlete and getting their autograph.
Mm-hmm.
I would design things a certain way, come with certain kind of inscriptions, do a lot of research on the athlete. But then after it's almost like hunting, right? Once
Mm-hmm.
you find something, and a lot of people can't relate to this, but I think a collector, anybody that's in the hobby itself, flipper, I don't care what the title is used, they can relate to it because once you find something, then you start looking for something else.
Yep.
And now you can trade your way into something else, you can buy your way into something else, but you're definitely always looking. And when I'm at a show, I can walk a show and look at a table. It's almost like process of elimination in my mind. There are certain cars that just draw me to them. And there are cars that, oh man, that's a great car. I can respect why someone else will want it, just not the car for me.
I have a saying: if you know you can buy the card back within a year, it's not that special.